The movie is set in a high-tech future. Catherine, a robot, works for a company called Harbinger. She gets a message about another robot, SR, acting strange. She tells her boss about a big number of changes made to SAR in a short time. Her boss is happy with her work. At a military place, Captain Bucks asks Drifter for news. Drifter says they have to join training practices. Pierce is not happy about this. He sees Catherine and asks a soldier what's going on. The soldier says they have a 2-day task and need experienced Marines. Catherine, who knows about tech, has to join them. Catherine says they will test equipment in the field and she will watch. Bucks tells her to keep pace and asks her to switch off her eye scanner, but she says it's always on. When they get on the plane, Catherine scans everyone and says hello. The team, including Drifter, Robinson, Cutbill, Goodwin, Hackett, Loftus, on the plane, Catherine gets to know the team by scanning them and hearing their talk. She finds out that Bucks has killed 18 people and that Robinson has tech in his eyes. Robinson aims his gun at her and she shows she can turn it off just by looking. She can even shoot it from a distance. As they near their destination, Bucks briefs the team, reminding them they have real bullets and will be watched. Catherine can't use the global network, so she switches to a local one. Robinson tells Bucks that Catherine has similar tech to his. The plane lands near an old building. The door opens when the computer recognizes Bucks. The lights turn on and a welcome message is heard, but Bucks finds the place empty. The team wonders who will watch them. Bucks says they will continue. Catherine asks about ground support, but Bucks says there isn't any. The plane leaves and the team moves through the building and into the woods. Bucks tells Cubble to launch a drone and reminds everyone to stay alert, even though it's just a drill. After the drones are sent out, Catherine follows. She sees an unknown drone in the trees. They find the place and get into position as Bucks orders. Drifter follows Catherine and asks for her help, promising to protect her. Their talk is stopped when 3 odd drones come. Drifter wants to shoot them, but Catherine stops him because she's trying to link with them. Drifter tells his team, and Hackett says she sees them too. Catherine tells Drifter that Harbinger made these new drones, and they don't need people to control them. Bucks sees these drones, but tells everyone to keep going. Soon, they see their training targets, which are simple robots. Bucks plans an attack, and everyone gets ready. Catherine follows Drifter again after looking at the special drones one more time. After Drifter counts down, they attack the targets. The drones watch and record their moves. Catherine decides to follow one drone deeper into the woods, but she finds a more advanced robot, a SAR. Catherine isn't surprised to see it, but is shocked to see blood on its head. She's upset that she can't link with it, but she manages to see and download some video from the robot, which shows it shooting people. She closes her eyes to think, and when she opens them, the SAR is gone. A message comes from their captain saying the day is done and they did well, so it's time to camp. At night, the team sets up camp and shares stories, but Catherine is alone. Drifter watches her and the others joke about it, reminding him that she's not human. They also mention that their targets were simple and easy to kill. Catherine is looking at the footage she got when Drifter checks on her. He asks where she was before, and she says she was exploring. He also asks about the communications, but like them, she can't reach out either. She says something is blocking her signals, but she doesn't know what it is. She wonders why Bucks isn't asking her himself. Drifter thinks maybe Bucks chooses not to like her. Catherine thinks this is bad for her considering Bucks's kill count, but Drifter says those are numbers without context, and that's why Bucks doesn't want to like her. He says the numbers may be hard to accept, but it's part of the job, and they are good at their jobs. Drifter also asks Catherine about how she got chipped. She tells him it happened when she was 11, and without it, she would be paralyzed. Harbinger sponsored all and curated it. Later, Drifter goes back to the camp and finds Bucks looking at Catherine. He asks Drifter if she's told him anything, and he replies that she said she's been blocked and doesn't know why. Drifter believes her, but Bucks doesn't. As everyone prepares for the night, Catherine spots drones in the woods. Meanwhile, Loftus stays awake to watch. A drone comes near him. He tells it to leave, and it does. But then he hears a sound and sees the SAR. Loftus begins to shoot at it. At the camp, Catherine wakes up to everyone's confusion about the shooting sounds. Goodwin tells Bucks that he saw Loftus up there, but soon he was missing. He asks if it's part of the training, but Bucks doesn't answer. So the team starts looking for him in the forest, calling his name over and over. When morning arrives, they find their first hint, blood on the grass. A few more steps lead them to Loftus's body. Cutbill is scared seeing his friend like that and wants to go. His boss tells him to stay quiet as they all get ready for a possible attack. Catherine tells them they're in the same spot as yesterday. A drone comes, watches them, and leaves just before Hackett is shot and killed. Bucks tells them to move, and they hide behind trees. Robots appear where they were yesterday, and Bucks sees this. He and Drifter use smoke grenades to hide them in fog. The robots and soldiers start firing at each other, and the team moves to avoid bullets. Bucks gets gets near the robots, but they back off and vanish in the fog. Cutbill, who got lost from the team, is running. He tries to call them but can't. Some drones come near him. He fires at them, and they go. Suddenly, the SAR grabs Cutbill's neck. He begs it to let go. The SAR lets a smaller robot shoot him in the head. Back with the team, Drifter asks Bucks what he saw. Bucks says the robots he saw are more advanced than yesterday's. Angry about losing his men, he asks Catherine to tell him what she knows and to turn off the robots. Catherine says she can see them, but can't turn them off because of a programming error. She's thinking about what could be happening. Bucks is mad, but Drifter defends her. He says she doesn't know because it's a programmer's mistake. Bucks disagrees, saying mistakes are inefficient compared to the soldiers he lost. Then Robinson comes back. He was looking for Cutbill, but only found his helmet. The team goes to find him. They go through the woods. Drifter tells Bucks that Catherine is helpful because she can see things they can't. Bucks says that if she can see them, the robots can see her too. But Drifter says it doesn't matter because they need all the help they can get. Bucks thinks about the attack and wonders why the robots let them go. He thinks it might be because Catherine was with them. Catherine shows them something in the woods. There are many dead animals, and the robots have been using them for practice, like they did to Loftus. Suddenly, Catherine says the robots are watching them from the ridge. Just then, more robots come and start firing, so the team runs away fast. Bucks saves Catherine, but they lose the team. Catherine hits a tree and faints. Drifter tries to call them, but can't, so he tells Goodwin and Robinson to keep going. Meanwhile, Bucks carries Catherine back to the building entrance and finally talks to Drifter when it gets dark. Drifter tells Bucks that they are near the camp. Bucks says Catherine is out, but has found a safe place for the night. Drifter wants to go to him, but Bucks tells them to stay because it's too dark and they can meet in the morning. A few hours later, a drone shows up in front of Bucks and quickly goes. Bucks hides as the SAR robot comes near. The robot makes Catherine open her eyes to link with it before it leaves. In the morning, Catherine wakes up and throws up. She's told that she was out for 9 hours. She asks why she wasn't left, and Bucks says he doesn't know. He tells her about the night before. Catherine says they need to find that robot. When Bucks asks why, she says she can't tell him. Bucks tells her to find a way and says they are leaving. They meet up with the rest of the soldiers, and Drifter says nothing happened to them. They could have been attacked last night because the drones were all over. Catherine says it looks clear ahead. They plan to go to the drop zone and wait for a ride. Bucks will take Catherine to the door because she's the only one who can open it, while the others watch their back. Catherine says the road is clear, and they get to the door without problems. Bucks tries to get in, but the computer doesn't know him. Bucks and Catherine are attacked by drones and robots. Catherine opens a door, but Drifter, a soldier, is shot. Bucks helps the soldiers, while Drifter tries to cover them. Drifter is pinned down by a robot called SAR. Bucks tries to save him, and Catherine joins him. The robots stop shooting when they see Catherine. She tries to deactivate them, but fails. As SAR prepares to harm Drifter, Bucks shoots Drifter to spare him from torture. Catherine is upset over Drifter's death. Bucks takes Catherine and they enter a facility. Inside a building, Catherine argues with Bucks about Drifter's death and reveals she created the robots. The soldiers demand answers from her. Catherine explains she only designs the robots and doesn't control their actions. She believes she can control them if she understands them, but Bucks disagrees. Catherine reveals the robots are meant to replace human soldiers, which upsets the soldiers. Bucks blames Catherine for his men's deaths. They notice robots cutting open the main door and find another door marked Authorized Personnel. Despite Goodman's hesitation, they ask Catherine to open it. They enter a dark room, and Catherine turns on the lights. They find a group of SAR robots. Bucks tells Catherine not to activate them and to open another door. Catherine tries to connect to the system, but can't communicate with the outside world. Luke suggests they can slow down the robots. As soldiers prepare explosives, Catherine leaves and locks the door. She activates a SAR robot which reveals its mission and that it needs new targets. It denies Catherine's access due to lack of clearance. Catherine realizes the Guardian SAR brought the Marines there. She tries to access the units again, but fails, and the Guardian SAR activates the other robots. Robots break in and surround Catherine, but Robinson pulls her inside. Book sets up explosives, but the robots break in and a bomb detonates. Catherine realizes the robots have EMP grenades. They find ruins and bodies outside. Catherine takes an EMP grenade from a robot. The soldiers prepare for a siege. Catherine becomes determined after watching footage of her teammates' deaths. She tells Bucks the grenade can deactivate the SR, but they need a detonator. She thinks the robots are using them for practice. Bucks warns her the explosion could kill her, but Catherine believes it's their only option. They wait for the robots, which arrive in the morning. Catherine tells Robinson about signals from the south. Robinson and Burke start shooting at the robots, while Goodwin has the detonators. Catherine guides them and signals when to detonate the bombs. Bucks helps Goodwin. who is pursued by a drone and the SAR. Robinson dies, covering their retreat. At a safe point, they realize the detonator was dropped. Bucks finds it with Catherine, who refuses to run. Bucks protects her from a robot's shot, allowing her to trigger a grenade. The robots shut down momentarily, but the SAR reactivates and chases them. Bucks and Catherine enter a building, and Bucks shoots at the robot. As Catherine begins to shut down, she crawls into the room where Robinson's body lies. Shortly after, Bucks is thrown inside by the robot. He asks it to end him, but the SAR refuses due to its orders. So, it decides to go after Catherine instead, who can't identify it. But just as it's about to kill her, she activates Robinson's rifle and shoots the SAR down. Suddenly, the robot connects to her and transfers its information into her brain just before Catherine and the unit finally shut down. Hours later, the transport arrives to pick up Bucks, Goodwin, and Catherine and take them away. The movie ends as Catherine's eyes open, showing that the CR mission protocol has taken control of her. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our recap. Like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.